Have you ever had a door slammed in your face, only to realize later it was the best thing that ever happened to you? That's what today's about, turning rejection into your greatest advantage, inspired by the wisdom of Marcus Aurelius and the timeless discipline of Stoicism. Imagine a world where every no isn't a blow to your ego, but a push toward your best self. Where rejection isn't a dead end but a hidden invitation to something greater. It's not about manipulating fate, it's about mastering your response to it. If you've ever felt ignored, overlooked, or undervalued, this is for you. Because today, we're breaking down 13 powerful lessons that show you how to flip rejection on its head. These aren't vague theories, they're practical, real-world strategies you can start applying right now. Before we dive in, hit that like button, subscribe, and turn on notifications. Let's make sure this message finds the people who need it most. Let's get started. 1. Ignore them too. When life turns its back on you, don't chase it. When people ignore you, don't scramble for their attention. That's not weakness, that's power. Every time someone dismisses you, it's a reflection of their limitations, not yours. The Stoics remind us that our worth isn't dictated by others' opinions. Ignoring those who ignore you isn't petty, it's principled. Instead of stewing in bitterness, redirect that energy. Focus on what enriches you, your craft, your goals, your circle of real supporters. Their indifference isn't your loss, it's their missed opportunity. Your silence is your statement. Your focus is your revenge. 2. Don't react emotionally. Rejection has a way of triggering an immediate emotional response, frustration, anger, insecurity, or even shame. It can feel like an attack on your worth, an insult to your presence. But as Marcus Aurelius wisely wrote, you have power over your mind, not outside events. Realize this, and you will find strength. When someone brushes you aside or treats you with indifference, your instinct might be to react, to lash out, defend yourself, or seek validation. But emotional outbursts don't command respect. They reveal weakness. The Stoic way isn't to suppress emotions, but to master them. Pause. Breathe. Step back. Before you respond, ask yourself. Why does this bother me? Am I hurt because of their action, or because of the meaning I've attached to it? Is this person's opinion so important that it should shake my peace? Most times, it isn't the rejection itself that wounds us, it's the narrative we create around it. The belief that, I'm not good enough, I'll never win, or, this defines me, is what poisons the mind. Train yourself to respond, not react. Maintain your composure. Stay rooted in your values and dignity. Be polite if necessary, or silent if wiser. Either way, move on without bitterness. Not for them, for you. Your calmness in the face of rejection isn't weakness. It's a superpower. It confuses those who seek to provoke you. It protects your energy. It demonstrates inner strength to those watching, and trust me, people always watch how you handle adversity. Control your response, and you control your life. 3. Remove them from your mind. Detachment isn't denial, it's discipline. Rejection hurts, but not because of the event itself, it's the story we tell ourselves afterward that deepens the wound. We fixate. Rewind the moment. Obsess over every glance, every word, every silence. We internalize what was likely circumstantial. We make it personal. But as the Stoic philosopher Epictetus said, it's not things that upset us, but our judgments about them. The pain lives not in the moment, but in our minds. So yes, feel it. Let the sting of rejection hit you. Sit with it. But then, let it pass. Think of rejection like a wave. It crashes hard. It pulls you under. But if you don't fight it, if you stay still and breathe, it recedes. And when it's gone, you're still standing. Because here's the truth. Not everyone will see your value. Not everyone is meant to. And trying to prove yourself to those blind to your worth is like screaming into the wind. It leaves you exhausted, unheard, and drained. Don't give anyone free rent in your mind. Especially not someone who walked away, looked past you, or chose to misunderstand you. Their opinion is not your identity. Their silence does not define your worth. The world is vast, billions of people, infinite possibilities. One rejection. A drop in the ocean. One cold shoulder. A closed door in a mansion with thousands of open ones. You're not stuck, you're being redirected. So redirect your energy. Read books that fortify your mind and challenge your perspective. Train your body, reclaim your strength, posture, presence. Pour your energy into your craft, your mission, your future. Surround yourself with people who see you, and challenge you to rise. Detachment doesn't mean apathy. It means clarity. It's the refusal to attach your self-worth to someone else's ability to recognize it. You're not ignoring what happened. You're choosing not to be ruled by it. That's real power. Because when you stop looking back, when you stop reliving conversations, dissecting silences, chasing closure, you free yourself. And what's left in that space? Focus. Growth. Peace. Possibility. Rejection isn't the end. It's just the wind clearing your path. Let go, not because it didn't matter, but because you do. 4. Demonstrate your value. Stop explaining. Stop justifying. Stop chasing. In a world where everyone is performing, broadcasting, and begging to be noticed, do the opposite. Be still. Be focused. Be relentless behind the scenes. You don't need to argue your worth. You don't need to explain why they were wrong about you. You don't need to plead your case like your life is on trial. Just move. In silence. With purpose. If someone overlooked you, let them. If they doubted your talent, your heart, your potential, let them. You don't need them to see it. You need to build it. Refine it. Become it. As the saying goes, the lion doesn't need to tell the jungle it's a lion. And neither do you. Let your actions speak in a voice louder than any explanation. Let your results echo in rooms where your name was once dismissed. If they questioned your ability, surpass their expectations. If they underestimated your drive, show up every single day, unshaken, unbothered, undeniable. If they thought you'd fold under pressure, let them watch you rise under it. You don't need applause. You need consistency. You don't need validation. You need vision. And here's a truth most won't tell you. You don't owe anyone a comeback. Not your ex. Not your former boss. Not the people who left when you were at your lowest. Your progress is not a performance. Your growth isn't for their redemption arc. This is for you. For the younger version of yourself who doubted they'd make it. For the present version who's choosing discipline over drama. For the future version who will look back and thank you for never stopping. Demonstrate your value, not to prove them wrong, but to prove yourself right. Because real value isn't talked about, it's shown. Quietly. Consistently. Authentically. When you focus on your evolution, the noise fades. The need to be seen fades. And what remains is a foundation they can't shake, ignore, or take credit for. Let them wonder where you went. Let them feel the weight of your absence. Let your results remind them of what they missed, without saying a word. Keycap 5. Cut off contact. In a world addicted to noise, silence is power. When someone rejects you, disrespects you, or shows indifference, the natural impulse is to reach. To explain. To fix. To prove that you're worth keeping. Don't. That impulse isn't love, it's fear. It's your ego grasping for closure. It's your heart begging to be seen, even by the wrong person. But healing doesn't come from chasing. It comes from choosing peace over performance. And that begins with cutting off contact. No contact isn't a game. It's not a tactic to make them miss you or manipulate a reaction. It's a boundary. A line drawn in the sand with quiet, sacred intent. I value myself too much to keep knocking on a closed door. Let them feel your absence. Let them sit in the silence they created. Let your distance speak the truth your words never could. Because here's the reality. Every time you reach back out, you teach them they can discard you and still have access. Every time you double text, check in, or break the silence, just to be nice, you give your power away in crumbs. Stop explaining yourself to people who stopped listening. Stop handing over your peace for someone who didn't fight to keep it. If they wanted to understand, they would have asked. If they wanted to stay, they wouldn't have left. If they saw your worth, they never would have treated it like it was optional. No contact is clarity. It strips away the fantasy and forces you to face reality. Yes, it hurts. But pain is not always the enemy, sometimes it's the beginning of your awakening. Use the silence. Not to plot revenge. Not to win them back. But to rebuild, in stillness, in strength, in sovereignty. Focus on your healing. Redirect that love inward. Reconnect with who you are when you're not begging to be chosen. The version of you that's willing to walk away, that's the version they'll remember. Not the one who stayed too long. Not the one who pleaded for validation. But the one who went quiet, leveled up, and never looked back. Let them wonder. Let them scroll and see you thriving. Let them hear your name through whispers of your success, not your desperation. Silence isn't weakness. It's restraint. It's grace. It's growth. And sometimes, the loudest message you'll ever send is no message at all. 6. Prove them wrong. But not for them, for you. Let's be clear. This isn't about revenge. This isn't about posting wins for likes or throwing success in anyone's face. This is about resurrection. Your own. Because when someone says you're not enough, that's not a verdict. It's a challenge. A spark. A silent dare for you to become everything they couldn't imagine. Use that. Use their doubt as fuel. Use their silence as space to build. Use the ache in your chest as the heartbeat of your comeback. You don't need to scream into the void or beg for recognition. You don't need a stage or an audience. You need one thing, relentless action. Get sharper. Read more. Learn ruthlessly. Outwork yesterday's version of you. Get stronger. Train your body until it reflects your discipline. Eat like you respect your potential. Sleep like your dreams depend on it, because they do. Get focused. Build habits that compound. Pour into your mission like it's sacred, because it is. Say no to anything that doesn't grow you. Let your evolution be so undeniable that people you haven't spoken to in years start whispering your name. Let your success feel like silence breaking. Not with noise, but with presence. Wait. Truth. This isn't about proving them wrong. It's about proving to yourself that they never had the right to define you. Because maybe they didn't believe in you. Maybe they dismissed you. Maybe they said you'd never make it. Good. Let them. Let them sit with their assumptions while you go build an entirely new reality. Let them choke on their certainty while you breathe life into your next level. And when you finally get there, when you're living in the version of your life they couldn't imagine, you won't even feel the need to say, "I told you so." You'll be too busy living it. That's the goal. To rise so high they become irrelevant. To heal so deeply you forget why you even needed to prove anything. To become so powerful in your purpose that their doubt becomes background noise. This is your time. Not to get even, but to get free. To build. To rise. To become. And when you do, you won't just prove them wrong. You'll prove yourself right. Keycap 7. Go out and have fun. Rejection wants you to shrink. So do the opposite, expand. When someone pushes you away, when something ends, when life throws you a sharp no, it's tempting to collapse into yourself. To retreat. To isolate. To overanalyze every word, every moment, every silence. But that's exactly what rejection wants, to define you. To make you believe that one moment, one person, one setback holds more weight than your entire story. Don't let it. Choose joy as rebellion. In the aftermath of rejection, the default response is often withdrawal, like pulling your hand away from a flame. It's instinctive. Protective. But what if instead of hiding, you leaned in? What if instead of asking, "What's wrong with me?" you asked, "What else is waiting for me?" Rejection is a redirection. And fun, genuine, soul-filling fun, is how you find the new road. Go where the joy is. Let this be the moment you step out of the shadow of disappointment and into the sunlight of possibility. Go where the laughter is. Go where the connection is. Go where your spirit feels light again. You don't need to earn joy. You don't need to justify feeling good just because you were hurt. Joy is not a reward, it's a right. And it's waiting for you the moment you decide you're worthy of it again. Call your friends. The real ones. The ones who make you laugh so hard your stomach aches. The ones who remind you that there is so much more to life than one person's inability to appreciate you. And if you don't have those people yet, go find them. Join a class. Try an activity that intimidates you just a little. Say yes to the invite. Show up, not because you have everything figured out, but because you're willing to discover something new. Try something ridiculous. There's something holy about doing something for no other reason than it excites your soul. Do something absurd. Silly. Playful. Go dance even if you don't know how. Try painting even if you're terrible at it. Scream your favorite lyrics out the window while driving with the windows down. Take yourself to a comedy show, a pottery class, a salsa night, a drum circle, anything. These aren't distractions. They're declarations. I'm still here. And I still choose life. When you feel alive again, even for a moment, the grip of rejection loosens. It becomes just a thread in the tapestry of your life, not the whole canvas. Travel somewhere unexpected. One of the most healing things you can do after rejection is disrupt your environment. Leave town. Even if it's just for a day. Go somewhere unfamiliar. Let your senses reset. New places awaken new thoughts. Fresh sights, unfamiliar streets, new conversations, they remind you that the world is wider than your pain. That life continues, richly and beautifully, far beyond the boundaries of the person who said no to you. And maybe, in some small cafe or quiet hilltop or bustling street corner, you'll remember something. You're not just someone who was rejected. You're someone discovering. Return to wonder. There's a kind of sacred rebellion in choosing to feel good when life expects you to fall apart. And joy, pure, unfiltered joy, is one of the most underrated acts of personal power. Don't wait to be chosen to feel alive. Don't wait to be validated to feel joy. Don't wait for closure to start laughing again. You can choose to enjoy your life right now. Laugh deeply. Play often. Explore without expectation. This isn't about pretending everything's okay. This is about realizing that everything can be okay, even after disappointment. Especially after disappointment. Fun isn't frivolous, it's fuel. The Stoics weren't joyless. They weren't emotionless statues. They taught resilience. And joy is a form of resilience. Joy is proof that you haven't given up. It's the oxygen that keeps the fire inside you burning. It's what makes all the discipline and growth and solitude worth it. Fun revives you. It softens the hard edges of hurt. It reminds you that even when someone else couldn't see your value, life still can, and will, offer you beauty, if you stay open to it. So go out. Have fun. Live like your soul wasn't built to beg for approval. Because it wasn't. You weren't made to sit in someone else's silence. You weren't made to wither in someone's absence. You were made to create. To connect. To explore. To laugh. To love. To feel it all, and rise anyway. Fun is the first step toward freedom. Fun brings you back to yourself. The real you, the one who existed before they doubted you. The one who laughed without asking for permission. The one who played without needing to be perfect. The one who believed the world was still wide open. That version of you. Still there. Still waiting. Still worthy. So take the day off. Book the trip. Start the hobby. Crack the joke. Dance in your kitchen. Go flirt with life again. Because you'll wake up one day and realize you haven't thought about them in weeks. Not because you forced yourself to forget. But because life, in all its beauty, finally grew bigger than their absence. And in that moment, you'll know. You won. Not with anger. Not with revenge. But with joy. Joy is your declaration. Joy is your defiance. Joy is your proof. They never had the power to define you. 8. Level up your life. Rejection can feel like a closed door, but it's often the universe's invitation to upgrade yourself. Instead of viewing it as a defeat, see it as a wake-up call, a challenge to become an even stronger, sharper, and more capable version of yourself. Start by setting new goals. They don't have to be monumental, but they should push you out of your comfort zone. Whether it's improving your physical fitness, learning a new skill, or expanding your professional expertise, each step forward chips away at the sting of rejection and replaces it with progress. The beauty of self-improvement is that it shifts your focus inward. You're no longer waiting for someone else's approval to feel worthy, you build your worth through action. Every workout, book read, skill acquired, or habit built is a brick in the foundation of your next chapter. And here's the thing, when you level up your life, people notice. Not because you're flaunting it, but because authentic growth radiates. It speaks for itself. You won't need to chase validation because your upgraded mindset and achievements will naturally draw respect. Make rejection the spark that ignites your transformation. Turn every setback into a stepping stone, and let your new, evolved self be the silent answer to those who doubted you. 9. Focus on your mission. When rejection hits, it's tempting to obsess over the why. But the wiser move is to redirect your energy toward your mission, that personal calling, ambition, or purpose that drives you. Your mission might be your career, personal growth, a passion project, or simply becoming a better human being. Whatever it is, pour your energy into it. Let it anchor you when emotions try to pull you off course. Marcus Aurelius taught that what matters most is what we do with the present moment. No one can control how others treat us, but we hold absolute power over our focus, our actions, and the legacy we build. Use rejection as fuel for your mission. Every no you face is another reason to double down on your purpose. Let it sharpen your focus and harden your resolve. When you're mission-driven, petty rejections lose their sting. The opinions and actions of others fade into background noise, and what remains is your work, your passion, and the impact you leave behind. 10. Maintain dignity and grace. It's easy to lose composure when faced with rejection, to lash out, or seek revenge. But true strength lies in maintaining your dignity, in carrying yourself with grace even when others try to diminish you. The Stoic mindset reminds us that our character is revealed not in good times, but in how we handle adversity. When someone rejects or disrespects you, it's not a reflection of your worth but a test of your inner control. Respond calmly. If a conversation is needed, let it be honest and measured, not fueled by wounded pride. Often, the person who walks away with grace earns more respect than the one who explodes in anger. This isn't about pretending you don't care, it's about showing that your self-worth isn't up for negotiation. It's about proving to yourself that you can withstand storms without letting them shake your core. Dignity isn't weakness, it's one of the strongest statements you can make. 11. Embrace the lessons. Every rejection carries a lesson, sometimes about others, but often about ourselves. Instead of wallowing in disappointment, ask yourself, what can this teach me? Did you overlook red flags? Did you place your validation in the wrong hands? Did you hold back on expressing your true self out of fear of rejection? The answers are valuable because they reveal areas for growth. Stoicism teaches us to treat setbacks as opportunities for wisdom. Reframe rejection as a teacher. It can highlight your blind spots, toughen your spirit, and guide you toward better decisions in the future. When you start viewing rejection as feedback rather than failure, you become virtually unstoppable. No longer fearing the sting, you step into every situation prepared to either win or learn, and either outcome makes you stronger. 12. Master detachment. Attachment is often the root of suffering. We cling to expectations, to people, to outcomes, hoping they'll fill a void or validate our worth. When rejection shatters those attachments, it hurts, not because of the person or situation itself, but because of what we made it mean about us. To handle rejection like a Stoic, practice detachment. This doesn't mean you stop caring, it means you care without clinging. You give your best in every situation but remain at peace with whatever result follows. Detachment frees you. It keeps you grounded, ensuring that your happiness and confidence don't hinge on anyone else's approval. It turns rejection from a catastrophe into a passing moment. And ironically, when you master detachment, you become more attractive, more respected, and more powerful. Because people sense the calm, unshakable energy of someone who isn't desperate for validation. 13. Own your narrative. At the end of the day, rejection is just one event in the story you're writing. Don't let it define your narrative. You hold the pen, you get to decide what this moment means. Will it be the chapter where you gave up, or the one where you rose stronger? Will it be the scene where you let someone else's opinion dictate your worth, or where you reclaimed your power? Marcus Aurelius believed we could choose how to interpret and respond to life's events. In the same way, you can choose to see rejection not as failure, but as a pivot point. Own your story. Use every no as motivation to write a better next chapter. And trust that the only ending worth chasing is the one you write on your own terms. Conclusion: own the rejection, command your destiny. Rejection stings. It challenges your pride, pokes at your insecurities, and tempts you to spiral into self-doubt. But in truth, rejection is neither your enemy nor your identity, it's a mirror. It reflects back where you stand, what you've yet to master, and what you need to release. The men who rise above it, the ones who leave their mark on this world, are those who refuse to let temporary setbacks dictate permanent outcomes. They understand that every no is a test of character, every closed door a redirection, and every insult to the ego an opportunity to strengthen what truly matters, the self. This isn't about pretending you don't care. It's about caring so deeply about your own peace, your mission, and your growth that no rejection can shake your foundation. A Stoic man masters himself before he seeks to master the world. He doesn't chase validation because he carries his worth within. He doesn't retaliate against rejection because his mission is too important to be derailed by petty battles. And he doesn't fear loss, because what's meant for him cannot be taken, and what isn't was never his to begin with. So the next time rejection arrives at your doorstep, from a woman, a friend, a job, or life itself, welcome it. Let it sharpen you. Let it remind you of who you are and what you're made of. You were not born to beg for attention. You were not made to cling to what leaves. You were built to stand tall, to endure storms, and to forge a life so rich in purpose that no one's absence can ever diminish it. In the end, it's not about destroying anyone's ego, it's about rising so high in discipline, power, and inner calm that the noise beneath you becomes irrelevant. Remember, a man cannot control the world, but he can always command himself. And that